Welcome, beautiful people, to another Respond to Comments series. This is part 4. Basically, it's just me looking at comments from my comment section and saying, hey, I'm just going to respond to them all in one video. So let's get started with the first comment. I think the first comment has to do with protein. Yes, it says, you must struggle to hit enough protein. Yeah, so this is referring to a video I made of like the top common foods I eat. I made like a short video, like those 1-minute YouTube short videos, and most of them had vegetables. So yeah, the only thing that had protein in it a lot was like tofu. On average, in an average given day, I get like 50 to 60 grams of protein. So some people will say that's not a lot, or that's very little. I guess so. I could probably up my protein intake, to be honest. But yeah, I guess I don't really get enough protein, especially if we're considering if I would eat, like, if I was able to eat beef and I was able to eat chicken and all that stuff, yeah, I probably would have a higher amount of protein every day, daily, than if I just only ate tofu. But to be fair, I don't really eat that much protein-based vegetables, or because the common things that you would find for protein-based vegetables is like tofu, like soy milk. Beans have some protein, and I'm starting to incorporate beans a little bit. I think my last protein amount that I got today, like something around like 70 grams or something close to 70 grams. So yeah, I'm gonna slowly try to add more and more protein. I'm gonna try to hit 100 eventually. But let's go to the next comment. Alright, the next comment is, how long will it take to get the results? Now, I'm not entirely sure what this comment is referring to. I don't know if it was referring to the one where I had the FMO3 results, or is the one where I was revealing the FMO3 results and I was talking about getting exome sequencing. I think it was exome sequencing. I think this is related to exome sequencing. If people don't know what exome sequencing is, it's where it's a genetic test where they analyze 22,000 genes to see if there's any anomalies or irregularities within your genes. And apparently it was supposed to take, it's a saliva sample you receive from a test kit. I got it from this company called GeneDx, and you're supposed to put it in your mouth or whatever, get the saliva, ship it out, and apparently it's supposed to take 3 to 4 months for you to get your results back. But I recently spoke with the company itself, and they said it'll take about like 35 days. So apparently it's going to come back maybe somewhere in September or October. More than likely September if it's 35 days from now. But off to the next question. Alright, so the next question is, or comment, do you have any resources for therapists that can help with the emotional side effects of this disorder? I'm really struggling to find someone who has experience working with this condition. Yeah, I don't think you're going to find too much help in that regard, because even if you did have TMAL, I think TMAL affects like less than 1% of the population. It's extremely rare. So to find someone, a specialist, that will handle conditions for extremely rare conditions, especially TMAL specifically, I mean, the only that might be able to do that is a person who's suffering from it themselves. And not to mention that many people within this community, I don't know if I should call it the metabolic body odor community or body odor community, anyone who's afflicted with abnormal body odor naturally believe they have TMAL, but none of them actually tested themselves to confirm if they have TMAL. So there's tons of just conditions that are not recognized, that are undiagnosed, and to say or to think that there's going to be therapists who can help you with that regard because they specialize in dealing with people who are afflicted with abnormal body odor, I don't think there's anyone that has that. I was actually, and it's funny because throughout the last couple of weeks I've been trying to find therapy. Did you know what Walmart has therapy? They have behavioral therapists. They have their own doctors. They have dentists and behavioral therapists. You know what the session for one behavioral therapy, one session for behavioral therapy is? It's approximately $72 a session. That's fucking crazy. I don't want to, and they do take insurance, but the insurance I saw, they didn't really take that much, or they didn't at least take my insurance. So I would have to pay out of pocket $72. So I looked online for other online therapists. Then there's BetterHelp. BetterHelp is like this promoted company that I've constantly been hearing from different advertisements. And they don't take insurance either. So they pretty much charge the same thing, but now it's like virtual therapy. And I didn't want to do anything like that. Saw another one. I forgot there was another one. There's plenty of other ones as well. But the thing is, if you don't have insurance, man, it's going to be very hard to deal with. So I don't know what the answer is for people. I definitely think that you do need some type of therapist or someone that you can talk to about it, because keeping this all to yourself and being huddled within your own thoughts is not healthy at all. Alright, here's another comment. I think this comment is referring to a video I made where I was explaining my results for the FMO3 enzyme, not FMO3 enzyme, the FMO3 gene results that I got from Fulgent. He said, nice, how about a gut microbiome test? Do you have any plans to test that? I did a microbiome test maybe like 2 or 3 years ago and made a video about it. And I think it was from a defunct company. I forgot what the company was called, but it also tested if there was any remnants of TMA in your system, and there wasn't any. So I guess I can take it again because I think it was 2 to 3 years ago, but there wasn't anything noticeable or out of the ordinary. So I don't know if I should. I mean, it took like, I don't know how much it cost. I think it cost somewhere around like $50 to $100 to take. So should I take it again and just spend another $50 to $100 just so it can say that my gut health is pretty normal or there's nothing out of the ordinary? I might have to take a look into the video I made, or maybe find the documents or a PDF file if I still have that within my computer. But yeah, I already did a microbiome test. I don't know if I'm going to make another one because the previous one I did didn't really show any significant or noticeable differences in terms of normal microbiome gut health. Alright, so the next comment is, wow, this was good. What do you do as your vocation? So what do I do as a career is, I'm a full stack developer. I am hired by a company to work on their application on the front end and the back end. So basically I do the visuals, the things that you will see in the front page, and then I also work on the back end, which has to do with processing data or working with the database in some manner. It took me a long time to get this job. When I was in my 20s, I just had a lot of poverty wage jobs that some people will call minimum wage jobs, and most of those jobs fucking suck. Not to mention I also had this condition, so it sucked even worse because I had to be around people. I got paid poverty wages, and people talk shit about me. And I had to like deal with both of those types of things. And the older I got, it was more and more depressing to be in those types of jobs. I mean, I worked anything from security work to a retail clerk. I also worked at what did I also work as? I worked as a deli clerk at a grocery store. I did other odd jobs, but a lot of them were customer service based. And man, customer service jobs fucking suck. I really hate just talking to people, especially when we're talking about like customer service jobs that are based on the phone, where you have to like answer people's calls because they're calling for some issue. And I'm working for, what type of companies I worked for? I worked for Waste Management as a customer service agent. I worked for Ancestry.com. I worked for GE. Now, the thing about customer service jobs in general is like, most of the calls you get are okay, but then every once in a while you get one of those annoying customers who talk shit or have like an attitude problem and you can't tell them to shut the fuck up. I really hated that shit, and I had it all throughout my 20s. But for people who have this condition and they think they're going to have this condition for a very long time, I suggest getting some type of remote job, do your research, and try to find a remote job, maybe something in IT or something else, maybe like artistry related, like being a video producer, editor, graphic designer. I don't know. Hopefully that helps. Alright, here's the final comment. Hi, it's been a while since I viewed your video, so I had a lot of catching up with you. Do you still hear negative comments about your odor? Let me first address this question. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, even though I will say I'm working remotely. I've been working remotely for the past 2 years, so of course, not being in the office or not being in any type of store or any place where I have to work amongst people, I'm going to hear less comments because I'm not interacting with anybody. I'm in my apartment just chilling in my like fucking pajamas and shit, working on the computer, right? I'm going to hear less comments. However, when I go outside, and usually the two primary reasons why I go outside is to get groceries or to go to a park because I want to go outside and be and experience nature. There's some type of scientific research that shows people who go outside, at least within nature or natural parks and stuff, tend to have less anxiety, or their depression alleviates more when they're around nature. So that's a reason why I actually go outside, to alleviate stress and depression. But in any case, when I have to go into stores and things of that nature, and I'm hot, or I'm coming inside where I'm already sweating, and maybe I'm standing right next to a cashier and she's like ringing up my groceries or ringing up some type of product, I will see people rub their nose and stuff. And then there'll be times where, sometimes I would go to the malls or whatever, or go to some type of public setting like a mall, or if I'm in a park and it's crowded and I'm walking past people, sometimes I will hear comments where it sounded like people were saying something about me, but it'll be so far away that your mind fills in the blanks to what you think they said, and maybe you are accurate in your assumptions. So, but naturally, it's funny. I think to answer your question, yes, but I also feel like I'm also paranoid. With this condition, I had it for so long. I had it for 18 years. I'm paranoid. So whenever someone says something or they murmur something, my mind already fills in the blanks and thinks they're saying something about me, and I can't confirm it if it's true or not. So I can definitely say people are reacting to me, but I don't know the intensity of the odor, and I don't know if it has truly changed for the better now that I'm pretty much vegan. But let's continue with your comment. Can you say that since you did the 1 cup for a day challenge, you don't hear or notice reactions? No, I cannot say that. And I stopped drinking Kefir for a long time. I stopped drinking Kefir for a long time ago. Like, I stopped like last year, within the month of maybe April or May, maybe June. I just stopped drinking it. So I didn't continue to drink it every day for this whole amount of time. The condition is still a big problem in my life. I'm tired of trying new things too, but I know I have to until I find the right foods, vitamins, etc. that'll give me some relief in public spaces. I have not done anything consistently in a while because I have stepped back, and I will figure out how to regroup later. The problem with taking a break from trying to cure this thing is I have family events that are happening that I have to be present for, and the reactions are excruciating. I see how you have continued your journey or discovering the source of this problem scientifically. Good luck, and thank you for keeping up the good fight and sharing with us. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm always trying to dip into or go into any type of medical practice, or I guess go to any type of doctor, because I'm tired of playing the guessing game as well. I'm tired of people just commenting and saying, hey, I had success by doing this, that, the third. I had success by removing anything that was sulfur based. I had success by removing anything that's sweet, especially fruit. I had success by just drinking kefir. I had success by just drinking kombucha. But we don't know how reliable it is. We don't know if their condition is similar to my condition or your condition. So just listening to people's success stories is not enough. honestly, because you don't know what they have. They don't know what they have. There's not a name to what they have. They don't know the underlying condition, underlying reason why they're suffering. They don't know how intense it is. Some people can't detect their odor. I can't detect my odor. So there's plenty of moments in my life where I'm stressing out, smelling, thinking I smell bad when it probably wasn't as bad. I need some science behind it. I need something grounded, some evidence that it's this thing, this is what it's called, the reason why it's happening, because there's some type of deficiency or there's something that's not working properly in your body, and this is what produces the odor. It's not as intense as you think it is, so you go out there and be somebody, go out there and live a good life. I need some type of confirmation from a medical professional, not just random people saying, hey, all I did was eat rice and fucking broccoli all day, and then my odor is eliminated. Why don't you do the rice and broccoli challenge? Or why don't you do the yogurt challenge where you just put yogurt all over your body? There used to be like a trend like that, like last year, about putting yogurt all over your body. I'm not doing that dumb shit. I want evidence. So yeah, that's why I'm continuing to try to seek medical professionals, because they're the only ones who's going to give me some hint or some clue that I can research or look into that will possibly give me a good answer as to what's going on with my body. Other than that, man, that's the last comment. So yeah, hopefully all of you have a good day, and hopefully your life is not as bad as mine once was. Anyways, have a good day.